I warmly welcome you all. Today I'll talk about a situation I encountered in a supermarket. It was a situation where a man hard for me to guess his exact age, but I'd say 30 plus was with two children. A boy around 5, 6 years old and a girl around 10, 11. At some point, the girl, about 11 years old, shouted at him, "You're not my father." You can guess that such extremely unpleasant situations usually happen when the girl is trying to manipulate the man. Maybe she wants cookies, a toy, or something else, and he refuses for whatever reason. The child feels anger, and depending on upbringing, a well-raised child knows they can't openly express that anger in public. Even though some people say it's healthy to vent anger, I wish them luck when their child feels like hitting them and actually does. It rarely happens, but it does. Unfortunately, we must suppress negative emotions in society. That's just how we live. If others didn't suppress theirs, we'd be getting hit or spat on. But in this case, the girl clearly had no restraint. Either she never learned it or wasn't taught through upbringing that some things just shouldn't be said, especially in public. It's humiliating and degrading for the person involved. But here, it happened. The man didn't react in any way. Why am I telling you this? Because I occasionally bring this up when a noble, good, almost saintly man marries a woman with children from another relationship. It's a heroic act. Situations like this can arise. I'm not trying to discourage anyone from relationships with single mothers. I just want to present certain life realities. The choice is yours. First, let's not accuse single mothers of being bad or promiscuous, as some say that's often untrue. A young girl falls in love, and things just don't work out. Maybe the guy was malicious. Maybe she had a bad temper. Maybe third parties interfered. Or maybe her divorced friends poisoned her mind. Often in offices, if a woman has a good relationship, divorced coworkers will subtly spread negativity. Women are very susceptible to outside opinions, so they start absorbing that toxicity, becoming more aggressive at home, making unreasonable demands. Suddenly, they notice flaws in their man that they never saw before. And so, these friends, divorcees in quotes, ensure she ruins her relationship too, just so they don't feel worse about their own failed marriages. That's why it's crucial to ensure your girlfriend or wife is in the right company. Women know this too. If a man has me as a friend, most women, not all, will protest because I defend the man's interests in the relationship. Women want to push their own agenda, which is natural, so they make sure their men don't listen to me. They know that if he does, he'll stand his ground, and they won't get what they want. Now about the single mother scenario, she might be a decent person, not some toxic witch who destroys men. Let's assume she's a great girl with reasonable expectations, just like a man should have standards too. Everything's fine, work, rewards, and yes, I could smirk and hint at what rewards, but it's not just about sex, it's also about home-cooked meals. A pleasant atmosphere, care, relaxation, after work, TV time, gaming, etc. But then there's the child. If the woman is a widow, it's slightly better. But imagine this. You're with your new family, trying to raise the kid, and suddenly the biological father shows up, maybe an ex-con, a drug addict, a scammer, a thug. He spends half the day with the child, then chats and laughs with your woman. How would you feel? I've heard men describe it fucking terrible. Some men abandon the family entirely, others stay, but after years, the kid grows up. At 17, he expects you to buy him a car, maybe a used Fiat or Skoda Fabia. But you earn $2,500 and suddenly you hear, "You're not my father." That's a traumatic moment for any man, especially after years of providing for a child that wasn't his. Women will call you noble, saintly, a real man. But what else will they say? They need someone to pay for their child, their genes. A real man, biologically speaking, raises his own offspring. And yes, he should DNA test it. Studies suggest 20 to 30% of fathers aren't biological. Feminists rage at these stats, calling men paranoid. But if mandatory DNA testing at birth becomes standard, and it likely will within 30 years, we'll know the truth. These tests aren't done with saliva, just a cheek swab. Soon, it'll be as easy as touching a strip and waiting 10 seconds. Women hate these tests, saying only insecure men use them. A real man blindly trusts his woman even if she's lied before. Surely not about this, right? But if you check, get out. That's why men do it secretly, mailing the swab, waiting for results. And these labs don't make mistakes. So gentlemen, if you fall for a woman with a child, assess the situation. What's the deal with the bio dad? Will he harass you? Take the kid? If she moves into your apartment, it's near impossible to evict her, even if she cheats or abuses you. You'll pay child support for years, even if you later have your own kids. You'll be called a hero, a saint, a real man, but you'll lose your home, freedom, and money. And good luck reversing those alimony payments. I'm not saying single mothers are bad. I sympathize with those left alone due to tragedy or immature men. But I don't pity those who drove their men away with screaming, impossible demands. You earn $3,000 but should make $10,000. Or toxic behavior. Earning $10,000 isn't that simple. It takes years. And during those years, a man needs support and encouragement to keep learning. Because if he doesn't educate himself, who's going to hand him that money? It doesn't fall from the sky. Manna from heaven only happened in the Bible. In real life, nobody's seen that. Though apparently, fish once fell from the sky somewhere, probably a tornado, sucked them up and dropped them elsewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, it's worth thinking carefully before entering into marriage. It's a legal contract. On their forums, women strategize to protect their interests. Single mothers advise each other on how to trap a man marriage, legally recognizing the children. But you need to know someone has to protect your interests too, so you don't end up a broke, discarded fool after the honeymoon phase fades. Here's what you must never do. Don't marry. Don't sell your apartment to buy a joint one. Don't build a house on your father-in-law's land. Otherwise, you'll spend 6, 7 years in court, lose everything, and the lawyers will bankrupt you. Every consultation, every hearing costs money. Is it worth it? Then one day you'll hear, "You're not my father," get lost. It's not rare. It's a horrific moment for any man. That brave hero, the real man with grapefruit-sized balls, women praise to the skies, ends up with nothing, no genetic legacy, no money, just alimony for someone else's kids. You can't even discipline the child. The mother will claw your face screaming, "How dare you hit my kid?" So what can you do? Pay. That's all you're good for. Why do you need a legal contract called marriage? Why put another man's children in your home? Why risk losing everything under laws that favor her? What did you get in return? A few sweet words, some sex, cuddles, movie talks. You can get that from friends. No need to surrender your life's work, your freedom, your credit score. Courts issue absurd rulings. If a woman stabs her partner like the rapper Kartki's girlfriend did on video, nothing happens. But if a man held that knife, anti-terror police would drag him away in minutes. Take the case of that hotel owner, 3 kids, none biologically his. Now he's bankrupt, dragged through 80 lawsuits, a broken man. Or the radio host who confessed to cheating days later, his wife falsely accused him of molesting their son. He might be in prison now. Do you want happiness? Do you want to build wealth? Then know this. In today's legal climate, relationships with women can ruin you. Instead of growing a business, imagine your little sausage factory. You'll beg relatives for lawyer money. Single mothers are high risk. Maybe the kids won't throw it in your face, maybe they'll be raised right, but you'll always feel it. Never marry. Never mix assets. Read up on this, it's a minefield. Even if you have your own kids later, she'll take the apartment, the alimony. But at least they're your genes. You can rebuild bridges when they're older. With someone else's kids? They might spit in your face after decades of your labor. Life's rule. People will take what you have. Your job is to protect it. Secure your wealth. If you fall in love, fine, but no marriage, no joint property. Invest in your bloodline. Some men claim, "I'm just as fulfilled with stepkids." Really? Or are they coping? At 60, you'll smile politely while leaving everything to strangers. Divide what people say by 4. Better yet, by 666, the devil's number. Stay sharp. Watch for life's landmines. Respect to single mothers raising kids alone is hard, but they should also know a man might father 2 of his own kids alongside hers. Then, conflict over inheritance. Best to stick to your own. As for me, maybe at 45, if I'm rich, I'll have a kid. Right now, too many problems, too little cash. Good day, God bless, and remember, a man's home is his castle. Stay safe. Cheers.